Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel for another tarot pick a card reading. In today's reading we are diving into a follower recommendation, which is advice on this connection. So that being said, thank you so much to all of my supporters on this channel and on my Instagram. It just really means the world to me that I get to share and connect with you guys and just have such a wholesome connection with people. So it just makes me very happy, and I always appreciate your guys' suggestions and comments and recommendations. Like, it really does help me truly, so never feel like you should hold back that kind of information. But that being said, let's get started with your reading. So we have our pile 1, our pile 2, and our pile 3. If you need to get yourself into a receptive mode, well, you should be doing that, I should say. Mercury retrograde is making this intro like extremely hard today, so I'm just gonna roll with it. But anyways, if you need help getting into a receptive mode, I do have a video link down below as always on how to pick a card using your intuition, but I got ahead of myself. This is our pile 1, like I said, 2 and 3. I will see you at your timestamps below. Alrighty, pile 1, let's get started with your reading on advice for this connection. So this is going to be an interesting reading. I do have specific cards pulled for specific intentions here, and it was quite interesting just to see how the piles reacted, like how many cards I got for each question. So yeah, anyways, we have first, follow your own good advice, trust yourself, you know what is best for you. This is the connecting energy for you guys. Now, we also have astro cards, and we have some cosmic insights, that are going to kind of elaborate more on each side. So as always, you are on this side of the connection or of the reading, and then they're on this side, the other person that you're inquiring about. So this is meant to be for any relationship, I also should add. But yeah, actually, I want to say something before I even get started here. This is it says it right in your face, follow your own good advice. So you might already have an intuition about what you should be doing here. And I think you have that answer right in your head right now. So this reading might be more confirmation than anything, which again, I just said something about how many cards got pulled, and you guys got exactly what I was intending for. So it feels like you're very aligned right now. So if you have any bad feelings or any good feelings, those inclinations do have respect to them, I want to say. So okay, let's pull your energy. So we have Pisces. Wow, okay, I just said the whole thing about the intuition and whatnot, and this is so on brand for that. Pisces is, it literally says Pisces the mystic, and then going into these, it's, having a little bit more of that artistic, creative touch, which is very intuitive as well. So you might be having a lot of like feelings and visions about this connection so far. Obviously, that's what probably drawn you to this reading. So how are they coming out? They have ascendant, which is outlook. This is funny because this is more Aries energy, but I do see how it's follow your own good advice. Both of these, like Aries, Pisces, 12th house, first house energies, very much talk about listening to yourself in different ways. Pisces gets more passive information, whereas the ascendant, like it says outlook, like you're seeking it. So either way, I think this person is seeking advice out on this connection as well. Whereas, with Pisces, obviously you're kind of extending yourself out into the universe, being like, show me a sign, I need confirmation here. So I hope we can deliver that. Which is funny. You're coming out as gold digger, which that is such a harsh phrase. I kind of wish they like reworded that card in a way. I need to make my own deck, honestly, but and then we have them coming out as they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. So, okay, this is interesting. So I feel like this person is very self-driven, and they have a lot of motivations that are just self-focused. Like, it's not necessarily selfish. It's just like they know that they have their own goals, their own dreams, their own things to be fulfilled, essentially. And they're the kind of people that are aware that like they don't just stumble upon those things. Like in their life, they have learned that that is not what works for them. They have to go out and seek things and really present themselves to opportunities. Whereas, like I said, maybe you are more passive, it's like you are more the manifesty route, where it's just like right place, right time and stuff like that. And so those are very different ways of being and very different operations as well. It kind of makes me think of like human design, how you have like your manifestors and you have your generators, and manifestor would be more this energy, where a generator would be more this energy, where it's like that call to go and use the energy, versus this, where it's like kind of coming like creating your own destiny essentially. And it's interesting too with gold digger, let me dive more into that. So that being kind of like a motivation or intention in your energy, that's showing up as like seeing this person is having something that you want. I always see this card as like what's the word, like it's social climbing. And like, again, I'm one of those people that like these words have harsh connotations to them, but I, on a personal level, and maybe this is why I'm a reader, I don't see them as bad. There's an intention behind everything, and it's not always malicious. Even like like things that are commonly malicious have reasons to them that are not malicious, like, you know, that can create variations essentially. And you know, that's as Pisces energy coming out for you, I feel like you understand that there's like very nuanced ways energies can show up, and even if it looks the same way, like the intention could be different. So that's an interesting note here, because maybe in the past you have felt like you were experiencing this gold digger energy with other people where, you know, they say they want your money and them being used. That money and self-value go hand in hand. So when you view someone as maybe having a higher sense of self-value in a particular arena of life, it doesn't necessarily have to be like overall self-value, but like they have something you want in that regard. Let's say like excuse me, if you're really uncomfortable with public speaking, let me drink some water really quick. Anyways, if you are uncomfortable with public speaking, and let's say one of your coworkers like does that for their job, and you guys are friends and everything like that, you know, and like you could admire that about them, and that, you know, that's how this energy can show up in a positive light. And I mean, so far I'm not really getting any negative inclinations. Obviously it could affect you negatively at times, but it also gives this energy of like spirit is wanting you to know that you have placed yourself somewhat out of reach of this person, and not like actually, I feel like you're in their orbit, especially with they'll be back. Like they know that they have unfinished business here. Like they know that there's more to this story. And it's interesting though, because this is like I said, spirit wanting you to know that you have a very big destiny in front of you. And a lot of the time, especially with Pisces 12th house energy, that is realized through the people you come in contact with and through the different energies that they show you. And like that is almost what we're seeing here. So maybe with this person being so self-focused and being so self-driven, you know, having their own goals and, you know, whims, and they have a specific role that they want to go in the world into, and like they choose to do that. They exercise that very well. Maybe it is exercise. Maybe this person's very active. But yeah, it's funny because like with the they'll be back, I feel like this person has some points where they put themselves at a distance to work on these goals and stuff like that. So that works for them, I feel like. You know, this person has love in their heart. They know kind of where home base is. And with follow your own advice being connecting energies for you guys, like I feel like you know that when this person is on their way, because you admire that about them, on their way is interesting thing that came out actually, because they're on their way to something. Like they have a goal, they have something that they are working towards, and you see it manifesting and coming into fruition. Like you see it. They see it. That's why they're working on it. You know what I mean? And like this is the same thing that is happening with you, but it's such an intuitive process. It's a feeling process that, you know, your feelings are what's being redirected here. And so follow your own good advice. Like, you know what's best for you. You know that when this person, you know, goes off on their own, that you need to work on yourself, and that you need to focus on yourself, and that you need to level yourself to these lessons that you've learned from being with this person. You know, it's distance makes the heart grow fonder, in the sense that you can really miss that energy in your life, and people naturally have this thing where they try to make up for it, you know. So it's like, this person is gone, they normally do this, well now I have to compensate. And like that's steady growth. That's learning how to be a stronger person, a stronger version of yourself. And I think putting your guys' self at this distance at times and really following your own lead, it doesn't tear you any further apart from each other, because there is a lot of love here. Like, there is commitment, there is a sense of like stability here, but it just kind of looks different because of how you guys kind of naturally are. But like, admire the differences, and I think you do already. You're just a little worrywart sometimes, I think. You get a little worried. Let's pull some more cards and see what the vibes are. 9 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, see, that's what I was talking about though, with the self-sufficiency on both ends. Like, you guys both, and it's funny we see both ends, because 2 of you are holding up this single pentacle. There's a rainbow, birds. So I feel like you guys, you have a lot of common goals. You talk about them. And while this person has separate goals on top of that, those separate goals also align with this one goal. Like, there's a lot of intertwinement that happens just naturally, I feel like you guys are just on the same wavelength. The world here. It's funny I said intertwined, and then we have the snake all intertwined with the heart. Like, yeah. And snakes are drives, that's that deep motivation that I was kind of speaking on earlier. This is a drive towards these heartfelt passions. And again, like, Pisces energy is that community heartfelt feeling, whereas like the ascendant is like that personal heartfelt feeling. And like, it's the same but different, honestly. And this is like, maybe challenging you to really open up your perspectives and widen them a bit. Pisces is also Jupiter energy, as much as it is like 12th house and like Neptune. So it's funny because this has come out in more of a Neptunian fashion. But when you look at, this is what's funny about astrology too, is when you realize like Jupiter energy, like I said, is Pisces and Sagittarius, or like there's just something about like the corresponding of it where it's like this could also be an uplift, because Neptune can kind of be draining, and so that may be how it feels at first, but then you might, get that boost of Jupiter energy at times where you feel like enlightened and you're like, wow, this is actually exactly what I wanted. I've been kind of chasing this dream. I don't know what movie it was. I was just watching a movie though, and no. I think it's a TV show, Insatiable. Oh, yeah, perfect. This is great. So, insatiable, that word in itself. But both of this is insatiable energy, I would say. Like, it's just, I have an idea and I want to see it happen. Like, that's kind of what it is in different ways. This is more emotionally, and this is more of a physical, like, I want to be a part of it. But with Gold Digger here, and the reason I brought up that show Insatiable, I just started watching it a little bit ago, and one of the ladies in there is super high class now. Like, she's like trying to be like an elitist sort of vibe, like socialist. Not socialist, socialite. Whoops. But, whatever. And and it's funny because she keeps coming into contact with people that know her past and know that she was once not all that in a bag of chips. And she feels really threatened by it. She feels very uncomfortable about being perceived as, like she was from a trailer park, and like I don't know, just her family was into drugs, like things like that. Like, she didn't want to be perceived like that, so she was really fighting really hard to not be seen like that. And maybe that resonates for you. Maybe you've had like a messy or chaotic home life, and this is all you want for yourself is some stability and some real equal give and take, and like just everything you've ever wanted, and it's funny because we have being used here. It's like kind of watching, it's again kind of warning and watching you to like not get too carried away with your fantasy and like what like I said, the collective emotional goal that you have, because that can be deterring to this person's energy. I feel like they're very much the kind of people that want what they want, and a lot of the time they want you, they want this, they want what we have been building here, so don't pressure them is what I kind of want to say. Like, don't make them feel like they're being used for this goal that you have in mind, but then also like they're realizing that they need to not be so frivolous. Like, there's not not that that's a bad thing, but like they know that they need to like report back is what I want to say. Like they need to keep you up to date. And I feel like they do a good job at that. Like they feel that, so they do it. Like that this is the kind of person like that, like I said, you guys have similar like ways of being, just kind of different ways of showing it. And yeah, this person is definitely like understanding like their role for you. Like I said, that was a big thing for them, like knowing what their role is so they can act in it. And like I feel like they understand that they need to have a dutiful approach to this, because you guys both bring equal things to the table. Like I said, those common goals are really big here. And then we have the Void, which is the Fool. So much this egg energy is really interesting to me. I just want to say, like, there's just so much birth, especially with this too, like, and this, like, this is like, you know, the Pisces, because like your ascendant rules the moment that you're born, and Pisces being 12th house is like that, the moment before something's birth. So that's interesting. Again, like you guys are both really on the precipice of change, and maybe you guys are helping each other do that. Yeah, we have the Crone of Cups. I wonder if you guys are thinking about like starting a family together or something, like, or like doing something nurturing together, if it's like platonic, like just like there's some sort of thing here where it's like having a new beginning with emotions and new roles in life. And like that's why like parenthood comes to mind. Maybe this is just like being in a committed relationship. We have the Star coming out as well. Look at all these major arcanas here, and they're all like goal oriented, like reaching your goals, having like the capacity to take risk for your goals. The Crone of Cups is very in control of the goal. Like they understand almost that what you see is not always what you get. There could be a lot more depth to a situation, a lot more vulnerability that's required. And you guys are teaching each other that for sure. Three of Cups. Wow. Okay, honestly, this is such a like positive energy that we're seeing coming out here. Because I just feel like you guys have a lot of mutual respect for each other. And so the common goals and common interests, like it sounds like silly because it's just basic like compatibility, but like there's something here about that basic compatibility being a game changer. Like there's so much stability in it because you guys have such mutual interests and mutual goals. You feel the same way about a lot of things. So I think, you know, like it's hard to really give advice in this other than like the little things I've already kind of said, but you know, because there's a just positive omen here for like coming together and accepting the fact that these are shared interests. These are common goals. You're not on a different playing field than this person. You guys are playing the same game, not in a bad, like again, like not in a bad way, but like, and maybe I keep having to say like not in a bad way about this because you have experienced this energy before, but it wasn't a bad way. Boom. There you go. Like, you know that, but like, this is a different below. This is what I'm kind of seeing here. So like imagery wise, a giant mirror, and it's just zoomed in on the face. Just zoomed in on the face, which is interesting because the Ascendant or Aries energy, this is like face. So I feel like, you know, this person looks familiar. Maybe they, oh, one moment. That was my, that's my brownies being done. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Side note, I will say though, it's very on brand for this person's energy that we're talking about. Because like I said, like I have my own random little whim. I literally forgot that I started making brownies earlier. It was on a 50-minute timer and I just let it go. Started doing this. And you know, this is like that person's energy where it's like they have their little things that they have to do and like they need to get them out of the way. But it means nothing to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still want to be here doing this reading for you, but I already started something and I like completely forgot about it on my time when I was by myself. You know what I mean? And like, I don't want to lose track of that. Obviously, I don't want to burn my brownies in the oven and like ignore them just to tend to you. And I think that's very telling of what this person's energy is. Like, they don't want to run away from you, and like, they're not running away from you, essentially. They just, you know, they still have their own life. They can't be by your side all the time. And I think that actually can be really, really healing for you. But anyways, going back to what I was saying with this card, this person might actually look like your ex, or have similarities to exes of yours, or just, you know, it's like a similar person, different font kind of vibe. But the different font is everything else. Because you see, like, there is this naked body on this. So it's something about, like I said, the depth and the vulnerability and, like, the ability to just be raw and real with you that I think is such a stabilizing factor for this connection. Like, so truly, like, the less you worry and the more you trust and just focus on yourself, I feel like only good can come from this. Like, it's pretty straightforward in that regard. I kind of was like deciding if I was going to pull more cards here, but I don't want to complicate it more for you. And I think that's where this person is coming from too. Like, you know, they don't want to sit here and tell you excuses about why they've been gone and whatever. Like, they will apologize. I feel like they will be like, sorry, I was busy, sorry, whatever. But, like, they don't want to make things a bigger deal than what they are. And that they're teaching you that, you know, to not be so emotionally afflicted by everybody else all the time. There's certain places and certain people that deserve that, you know. They have mutual respect, they have common goals. So of course you should take their emotions into consideration, you know what I mean? But, like, don't forget yourself. And this is a huge thing that this person is teaching you. And while you're teaching this person, you know, don't forget about other people. And it's not like this person really commonly does that. Like, they have a certain thing about them that has always been very dutiful and respectful to the role that other people play. Like, they understand, you know, like the phrase people say, like, oh, I'm self-made. I personally hate that phrase. And I feel like this person is someone that hates that phrase because they know that it takes a village. Like, they know that how much help other people have given them in their lives, and they never will take that for granted. And maybe they've had life experiences that made them that way, but that shows in their actions and shows in their respect and, like, dutifulness to the people that they do love and respect, you know, whether you guys are friends or whether you are romantic, whether, you know, like I said, like, they see things really having a full potential here, and they would not do something to sacrifice that. I promise you. Like, this person feels very secure in their own energy and with you, and they're kind of just waiting for you to feel that security that they're manifesting for both of you. Like, you know, that's what they want. That's the role they're acting in, and they're really giving you time and space at times to accommodate to that. And that's what they're really hoping for, you know, like, maybe at times this person does get a little overwhelmed and does focus on themselves because, you know, maybe there is a lot of things going on in your energy. Like I said, maybe at times, like, you're trying to get them to fulfill a fantasy that they're like, I can't, I gotta go tend to my brownies, you know what I mean? So just, you know, I feel like there is part of them that is a little scared, like, okay, I don't want to be consumed by this. I can't be consumed by this because I have roles to play that don't have anything to do with this. And, you know, so the more that you trust this person and, like, understand their intent, I feel like only good things can really happen. Like, this is a very union oriented pile in that sense of, like, you guys got it going on good. So don't ruin it. Don't ruin it for yourself either. Don't be mean to yourself by putting yourself on a lesser position of importance than this person, especially in your own life and in your own well-being. So yeah, Group 1, I hope that message resonated for you, and if it did, make sure you give a big thumbs up to this video and subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like this. Turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified for more readings when they are coming out. Also, I do have private readings that are offered on my website, so that is linked down below if you want to check that out. Follow me on Instagram and anywhere else you want to find me, also linked down below. So yeah, I'll see you in a later video. Peace. Oh. Hello, my friends. Let's get started with your reading all about advice on this connection. So these cards that I have placed out are selected for specific intentions. So we're going to dive into those first. Your energy will be over here. They will be over here. If it doesn't resonate, it's probably not your pile. Just check out a different reading or a different pile. But let's dive in and see what's going on here. So these are your overall connecting energies. This is interesting though, because this is, I think, the only pile, yeah, that got 2 connecting energies, which goes to tell me that there is some disconnection happening. So let's talk about it. We have keeping up, immense effort and advance, which is on your side. And then on their side, you are rare and free. There are not many like you, which is on their side. Okay. And then your energy is coming out as Pluto, transformation, and they are coming out as Moon. I will say I also had Cancer flip out for them, but Cancer and the Moon, I was like, I'll remember that. Those are similar, and I want the aesthetic of even numbers. So, and then on your side, we have Honeymoon, and they have Give It Time. So right away, with the fact that we have that immediate disconnect with those two cards coming out for your connecting energies, I find it interesting because you're at 40, they're at 38. So something about that, it's like, again, different pages, obviously two different cards, so they're going to be numbered differently. But like even the tones of the cards, like these cards almost look like they were made by two different artists. Like the eyes are the same, but like the contrast in this card is very different than this one. This one's more sad for sure. This one's more like rawr. Like I'm assertive, I'm here. Yeah. I feel like something happened here with the Moon and Pluto. Cancer. Like I said, this person's kind of fierce right now. For some reason, they seem upset. We have Give It Time. So maybe this person is feeling really emotional about something, obviously, like with feelings, Cancer. There's something here where they are just like not impressed. I don't know what this vibe is. I kind of want to pull a card just to like see like why. The Hanged Man. This person does not feel very confident, which is funny because this was giving me like strong Leo energy, but their energy coming out as the Moon in Cancer. Like this person fronts really hard that they are in the position that they're supposed to be in, that they have done what they're supposed to do. But I feel like over time they are going to start realizing some pretty major things that they messed up on, I want to say. You are going through it, I feel like, with this energy. Maybe you have high hopes. You had high hopes for this connection. Let me get some water. It's funny, when I get to you guys, as soon as I'm like, oh, I gotta drink. I know, jeez. I know the collective doesn't normally like to hear, like, roasting on their end. Not that I'm gonna roast you, but it can be uncomfortable when you've been avoiding your feelings, I should say. Sorry if I called you out. I'm a Virgo. It just happens sometimes. Okay. I just literally just saw a TikTok, though, and they were talking about this kid that was, like, a Virgo moon and sun. And how they're like, yeah, she's gonna, like, she's gonna accidentally hurt your feelings a lot. And that is so real on a personal level. Anyways, maybe you have Virgo energy and you get that. But anyways, or this person, either or, I don't know. I feel like the reason I said that, though, and it came up for you, is that I feel like you might unconsciously like hurt this person's feelings. And that's what happened. And with this person having kind of a Leo, Cancer, like Sun, Moon energy, like fifth house, fourth house energy, like whatever is showing up in their chart, I don't even know. But it's something here where they like really take things personally. And you are like, you're trying your best. I feel like all the time, like walking on eggshells with this person with the transformation and honeymoon, like you literally just want things to go well all the time. And somehow that backfired. And I think the reason it really backfired is because deep down you were really resenting this person's energy and resenting the way that they kind of made it all about them all the time. And that's probably what this person's going to end up realizing, honestly. I think the advice for this connection is like, analyze your position and why you chose that position for both of you. Truly, that's your connecting energy. You both really need to take a hard, good look in the mirror and be like, okay, why am I dying on this hill, essentially? Because both of you are dying on a hill, and it's very different hills, because you were just like, I'm just trying to do my best. I like literally just wanted everything to be perfect and work out. And they're like, this is just who I am. I can't change who I am. This is just who I am. Very different hills, very different movement levels. Yours is a little bit more of a victim. I mean, they're both victim mentalities, I will say. Yours is the victim mentality of like, it's not me, it's you. And they're like, it's always me, it's just me. It's only me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, still the same martyr-esque type energy. And maybe that's why this connection was kind of a flop, I want to say. Like, this person, I feel like their energy always was like, just like riding the highs. But when it hit low, they like couldn't face it. This might have been spread out over a long period of time too. And that was kind of devastating on your end, I feel like, because you felt like if you gave this person time and space and kept up, you know, to not let the other shoe drop, you know, like this, like I said, the walking on eggshells energy is big. So I feel like you were very much trying your best to accommodate to this person, but this person was so self-centered, they're accommodating something that's not a stable force. Because when you're that like self-centered, like you're hyper-focused on emotions and hyper-focused on me, and how I feel. It's regressive. This person's regressive. Sorry. Sorry about it. No, I feel sorry for you, because this is a wound that comes from being like feeling like you're not enough in like childhood, like you have to take care of a caretaker almost. And you know, this person's used to being a prize and feeling like a prize, and prize, me. Like, I like literally can't like stop mocking their energy because it's so baby. Like, that's what I want to say. Like, it's so like me. Cry. I cry. I hope you make fun of this person, honestly. Like, I hope that's part of, like, I cannot believe I just said that. Girl, you're supposed to be an ethical tarot reader, and I'm over here telling you to make fun of this person. But, like, no, for real, though, I hope that you do. Like, I hope your soul allows you to laugh at this person and yourself. Because this is ridiculous. And you put up with it for what? Like, because this person was looking good? Like, girl, I get it. But, like, or boy, whatever. Like, y'all, I get it. But, like, that's all I just, What is this? 3 of Pentacles. I feel like it's a really complicated situation for both of you, because, like, you're trying to fit a triangle into a square, or like a square into a triangle. Like, it's just not working. Things don't work, but you think, okay, you guys are both in this energy of like kind of thinking positively of each other and how things used to work. And maybe, you know, that's part of the growth here, is it's like, oh, this person might be like in their feels being like, oh, I am baby. Like, I really was kind of a lot to deal with, and really confusing, and not really having my head screwed on correctly because I was baby. Versus you were more like realizing, you know, in past memories, like maybe I was like too clingy, or maybe I was too like people pleaser, and I just tried so hard to like keep up with this person's fantasies and wishes that I like totally forgot to like mind myself, and it made me a little crazy. Like the 3 of Pentacles here, like this card in normal depiction is like people working together in the dark, kind of in the dark, I should say. It's like half lit, half dark. But in this, it's like the skull really stood out to me, and the fruit. Like there's something here about like obsessing about, I mean, well, yeah, Moon Pluto here. We got like obsessing coming out really strongly, and like just being super attached to what you could get. This person wanted to feel a high, you know, like I said, like, and you were wanting to feel this deep, magical kind of connection. And so it's like, yeah, of course, like that's toxic love in a nutshell, I would say. Like that's kind of what this turns out to be. Crown of Pentacles. I love this for the fact that I feel like it's helping you really understand that there's so much more to life than what like this could have been. I think that's a good advice to this connection. Like if you want to feel renewed, like sometimes you have to be destroyed. And I think that's kind of what happened here. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of like disarming that had to happen. Maybe like this person and you like really, you guys put walls up so hard. I feel like that don't even like make sense. Like you guys were really both just throwing out walls to each other, like for no reason, I feel like. And it became this sort of contest between like who can hold their own for the position that they're like trying to stand in, you know, like for so long. And then things got shaky. That's that disarming though. It's like it got shaky because y'all were faking it. It wasn't real. I feel like you're learning what's real, though. That's a good advice in this. You're learning what's real. And taking note of that is going to be your advice. One more. The Enchantress. Yes. So, Four of Cups on the back of the deck is actually really interesting because I feel like Spirit is telling you to settle your spirit with this. Spirit is telling you to spell, like, whatever. Spirit, like, the universe is wanting you to settle your soul about this. And maybe a big part of that is a lot of time, honestly. Pluto is a slow-moving planet. The clock being here and it being kind of warped, like, this could have really thrown you out of your element completely. But I feel like there's a reason why. Like, you guys are both supposed to be coming into your own in a different way. And, like, you guys are just not aligned. You weren't supposed to be aligned. I kind of want more, like, tea on this energy, honestly. Because, like, I feel like there's more, like, betrayal and angst happening here that we're not, like, touching on. Cards don't want to come out. Oh, well, gambling? No. Let go. And you have vacation. Wow, you are really, really being guided to move on from this person, honestly. And this person has done everything in their power to kind of keep control. You know, like with gambling coming out, this makes me feel like this person does have self-esteem issues and they like to put themselves on a line for that high, you know, and to get this big boost. And like they maybe have manifested a new timeline for themselves where they have to let go of that boost, that high, that the highs and like the extreme highs and lows. Like this person needs to get regulated ASAP, and they're really reminiscing on how to do that because of the, or I should say they're really reminiscing about you and how to do that because they realize that you are kind of a poster child for what they did wrong. Like the relationship, I should say, was a poster child for what they did wrong and how they did wrong. And I think this person might take a lot of stupid chances and like put themselves in a position where like they shouldn't be allowed to gain, essentially. But they have gained, and like, and I say that because like intent wise, like this person is like somebody that's always like waiting for the next best thing to show up, and it can be really self-motivated in a way that can drive other people away. It's not like pile one, honestly, even a little bit. Like this person is super me, like I said, and like they, like Spirit wants you to let go of this person because the bottom line is this person was only trying to force a win out of a situation, a conquest, a conquer. Like it was not with love. And like with no vacation and honeymoon, like they want you to see, one, Spirit wants you to see the next phase for this person. You know, maybe you've gotten a glimpse of it and you're like, oh, I see what like it might be clicking now where you're like, oh, like now after some time has passed, I see why I wasn't right for this person, why we weren't right for each other, whatever, why this didn't work out. But that's the big thing here is you need to be able to see that. You need to be able to move away and scope out and see that this was a blessing in disguise, that this person is not in your life. And is not somebody that is like someone you depend upon anymore, hopefully. And I hope that you don't, because at the end of the day, this person is unreliable. And they might just really be an unstable force on other people. And you might see that yourself. Like I said, zooming out, you might see like this wouldn't have been good for my health. This literally would have like tore me apart. So like, I don't know, honestly, harness your own flame in this situation. Like, I think you got a little bit crazy at one moment and it burned you, you know, and this person or whatever, like, and vice versa. You learned a lot about harnessing the flame, though, and bringing things back down to earth when need be. And sometimes that happens for you if you are not willing to do so. So, you know, it's a cautionary tale. Sometimes we all need to go through it. I'm saying it from experience. So don't feel bad about it at all. Just know that, like I said, you are on your own journey here away from this person, and that is a very, very big blessing. You're going to find a lot of prosperity in that and probably get a lot more better offers, honestly. Like, I think you were really settling and you didn't even see it because, like I said, maybe this person just looked good, but they babies, and not in a good way. So they cry baby, not a good baby. So oh gosh, okay, I've been a nut in this reading. So yeah, that's the effect of this person's energy. It's making me feel weird. So I'm gonna leave this here. Do good on yourself, do good for yourself. But yes, if you like this reading or it resonated, or both, I guess, give this reading a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages. You can click that notification bell to get notified, and also I have personal readings linked down below on my website, so check those out. My other social medias are down there as well. Yeah, I'm gonna skedaddle, and I'll see you in a later video. Peace. Hello, group 3. Let's get started with your tarot pick a card reading today, all about advice for this connection. So these cards are going to be on for specific questions that I have intention on. So that being said, we'll dive into those first, and then we'll go into the tarot, and whatever else kind of comes out will come out. So you will be on this side, your energy, I should say, and their energy on this side. If that's not right, check a different pile or a different reading. But yeah, connecting energies. Starting off, we have we're all mad here. Everyone is a little different. We have your energy coming out as Scorpio, the animal, and their energy coming out as Venus. You are manifest. And then 2 cards for them coming out. We have sexuality and caution. Ooh. As I knock over my little cherub. All right. So this is interesting. I feel like, first and foremost, this being your connective energy, you guys are seeing someone very different from you for the first time. And I think this could be one of those things where, like, oh, well, I guess it's 2 scenarios where it's like a similar kind of vibe to a person that you've always kind of been attracted to, but then this person in particular you're inquiring about is nuanced. They're different. They have differences that you have never really dealt with before. Or alternatively, there's people where this is, like I said, someone just completely new, and like you've never seen anyone like this before, quote unquote. Pardon the drama, I should say, but I wouldn't really say that because you guys come out as Scorpio and manifest. So this is exactly what you wanted, I feel like. And that's what you're maybe coming to terms with, is that the person that's right in front of you, while maybe they look different from your normal type or talk different or have different or whatever it is, like there's something here for you is what I want to say. And you know that. And I think your soul is like interested in this person because they realize, like, wow, this is familiar of an energy that I it's like not reminiscent, it's like, it's kind of like deja vu, where like it's like it's familiar but I don't know why, and like maybe that is part of the thing here. Now, them having a sexuality and caution come out with Venus, I feel like this person is very cautious right now about relationships and about connecting with other people. I think that, you know, you guys both are taking this pretty seriously and looking at, you know, the differences for what they are, like really just being like aware that, like, you know, there's compatibility and incompatibility in different arenas. And like, honestly, it doesn't feel like it's like too discombobulating, if that makes sense. Like, there's just something here where like it's kind of working, and I think you guys are kind of confused that it's working. I don't know. Let's see more of like what's happening here with the tarot. But yeah, we have the Hermit and the 2 of Swords, the Witch of Cups. Get 3 more. the Three of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and Five of Pentacles. Okay. With the Five of Swords on the back of the deck. Yeah, so differences are hard to get accustomed to sometimes. And I feel like that is a big thing right now, is like maybe this is, you know, like this is a new person in general. And like I said, they could have very similar things about them to people that you know, and that you've had relations with. But like this to me is like giving this person a chance. And like that's kind of the advice overall I'm picking up right now, is giving this person a chance for their reasonings and their motivations and the value of those, and just, you know, the difference of that. And, you know, there's value in differences is another thing here. With the Hermit coming out, Two of Swords and Witch of Cups on their side of things, I feel like they are really, really trying to work on heartbreak. And like I said, like this person's had some past experiences with relationships that have been quite negative on them. Maybe they poorly affected their health, or just they wish they would have been more cautious. You know, maybe they took some leaps of faith where they should have been a little bit more discerning and thoughtful. The Hermit to me is always funny, because if we think of like the Fool in contrast, for example, like the Fool is like, I'm going to take the risk. Like, I don't need to worry. Like, it's, you know, yeah, there's obstacles. Yeah, there's consequences. Yeah, there's this, that, and the other thing. But I'm going to do it. Like, this is not that energy. This is someone who has been burned in the past. Actually, I like this in this depiction of this card. It has a little heartbreak down here. But it has this incense as well, where it's like trying to cleanse, trying to follow your spirit, and what your soul kind of wants you to heal and what it wants you to figure out. And a lot of that comes through mastery and nuances. This is Virgo energy, so this is very like stripping things down, stripping experiences down and learning from them, reflecting on them, becoming more aware of how you might have broken your own heart by not following your soul. Like just little things like that. Maybe there's, you know, this person has struggled because they haven't always had like the best intuition, is what I want to say, or that maybe that's how they feel about it. They feel like they don't have their best intuition, so they're working on trying to follow it with the Two of Swords here, and try to have a better, they're just scared. They want to have a better safety net, is what I want to say. So like this person, I just really want to reiterate, has been burned before, and they are scared about it. But nevertheless, I feel like they still want to offer you something. Like with Witch of Cups, that is the Knight of Cups in traditional tarot, that is moving forward with an offer for somebody, a romantic offer, a emotional offer. And with Venus coming out, like it literally says love, like it's giving you some sort of grace despite, you know, like this person's scared to give grace. They're scared to give their heart. They're scared to figure out, you know, the next step in love because of what happened in the past with love. So, you know, this person is trying to learn the right way to handle this situation and go about things. And at times maybe that puts them in like a slow burn category, is what I want to say. You're intense though. And I feel, but with Scorpio, like Scorpio is slow burn energy to me. It is like really letting things like ruminate and manifest before they pop, essentially. So I feel like you're almost the perfect person for this person to be involved with while they're experiencing this and going through this. And maybe that is kind of another piece of advice here, is like they're feeling very like you're amped. Look, okay, so here's what it feels like. I feel like you're used to people coming in strong and fast and like a little crazy, like in their eyes, you know, like just being a little wild and delirious and like just, I don't know, like just people like wilding out, you know. It gives me energy of like people like simping for you in your DMs and like, or like throwing themselves at you, throwing money at you, like just over the top explorations, you know, like the love bombing. That's what I feel like you are used to. Maybe not what you've wanted. Maybe you know that that is not what you wanted. So you spent your whole time thinking like, I don't want this. I want real true love. I want things to blah, blah, blee, blue, blah, blah. Like X, Y, and Z. And this person, I think, is showing up in that energy. And you're like, do they even like me? Like, oh gosh. Yeah, I get you. I totally get you. This is a very funny dynamics. Like I was saying, like it's what you want. It's truly what you've asked for. Three of Wands is like seeing that potential while it might be at a distance or might feel like it's just impossible or unreal. I mean, we have a unicorn running across the thing. It's like, whoa, okay. But unicorns are magical, mystical energies. You know, they're rare too, quote unquote rare. This person's rare, like this, a rare connection. And I think there's something that is valuable to both of you about that. It's rare that this person comes in contact with someone like you. It's rare that you come in contact with a person like them. Everyone is different. This is all going back to like the uniqueness of this connection and the differences of it being such a highlighting factor of why it's a big deal. Like an Ace of Swords being next, it's like you are coming into big realizations. Like maybe exactly what I'm saying right now is exactly what the realization is, you know, like, oh my God, this person is what I've been calling in. I just like haven't wanted to accept it because I am assuming it's rejection, or I'm assuming it's this or that because of what I've been through. But like, let this person be the exception. Let them be different. Let them be different. Like that's the best way to put it. Five of Pentacles makes me, it's the card of sanctuary. I love to put it that way because it otherwise looks very sad and depressing in a regular tarot deck. But anyways, it's giving me like steps to union and steps to reciprocating and steps to, you know, like the steps that it takes to get there are important right now. It's not, and this is funny because this is a Mars and Scorpio card. So maybe you have that energy. Maybe that's part of what this is all about. A Scorpio rising as well. Mars in the 8th house. Mars in Scorpio, yeah. But it's just, there's something very significant here with being like you're like testing your limits essentially, and testing like, do you have what it takes to have what you want? And I know that feels like unfair, and it's like, why do I have to be tested? Blah 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 blah. But like it's like physical, you know, like it's like we write blueprints in our brain for like, or like on a computer for like what a building is going to be. But like until you start building that, you don't know what you're going to run into, you know, for structural purposes. Like, what if the soil's messed up, or there's so many different things that can happen. So it's like this, in a very similar sense of building something stable and long lasting, like there needs to be some slow and steady building. Like it's not going to be, Rome wasn't built overnight, and this relationship and it's coming together isn't built overnight, because like I said, like the clashing and the differences needs to be appreciated, or else it's not going to be a sanctuary for you. It's going to feel like you're being rejected. Like I said, it's going to feel bad, but it's not bad. It doesn't have to feel bad either. Like it's really your interpretation of it that makes the biggest difference, I would say. So let me pull you guys some more cards, get a little bit deeper into this. Actually, I'm going to pull some messages. I didn't pull messages for anybody else. I hope they aren't mad about it. Sorry, guys. Ugh. Okay. Let's see. We have, they love you. What did I tell you with Venus coming out on their side? It just felt like that was going to be the vibe. We have not worth the time and effort. Interesting. That could be a fear here, a caution. You know, and that's what I was saying. Like this person they freely jumped into something and put a lot of time and effort and energy and money into things. And they felt very, sorry, I gotta grab my dog. She's gonna, I need to pick her up. They put a lot of time and energy and effort into things, and it just has not worked out always for them in the past. And they're really trying to get past that. They're really trying to decide if this is real or not. And they're starting to realize, I think this is real. I think it is actually worth the time and effort. That's, you know, it's a scary thing to like accept though. But they're obsessed. I think that's pretty mutual. I think you guys both are very like interested in each other and want this to happen, but like are scared of repercussions. But we have soon. So, you know, I think you're waiting has really done this person a favor. Oh, we have one more that flew out. They run out of fear. Yeah. So if you, like I said, their withdrawal is truly fear-based. Like, they are just nervous about getting hurt in love again. But it does feel like they're understanding very soon that they are obsessed with you. They can't deny that this is real connection. They can't deny that they want more with you and want to build on this. We have the Five of Swords coming out again. And the Four of Cups. That card has wanted to come out for every reading. And we have the Maiden of Wands. It's funny that this card has tried to come out in every reading, and this is the one it actually came out in, because I feel like a big message people need to hear, because we already kind of talked about the Five of Swords when it was on the back of the deck, you know, like, differences are a saving grace in a lot of ways, because those allow you to understand your individuality. And the Four of Cups is the card that comes after the partying, the celebration, the fun, and where you must rest and restore, and you have to pull back your energy and become a little bit more self-sufficient in understanding, you know, it's like processing after the party or cleanup after the party. And I think both of you guys are realizing that you have weathered some pretty hard and significant storms with people that, like I said, maybe were obsessive in a bad way or had a lot of control issues in a bad way that, like, you're very terrified to get back into. So, like, you know, it does take you some time to evaluate and trust your intuition again. And I feel like both of you guys are on that journey with the Maiden of Wands here, coming into your own about what is really, like, the next step for you. And it doesn't feel like you guys are headed in any negative direction. Like, if anything, I think the more that you decide that you and this person are a lot more safe than, like, previous people, it's just kind of fall into natural position, it feels like. So yeah, I hope that helped you guys out, group 3. If you have any like further questions about this, I recommend that you get a personal reading with me so we can dive a little bit deeper into your specific scenario. That's always linked down below for my website. But yeah, if you like this reading, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel for more content like this. But yeah, I'm going to try to start posting a little bit more regularly for you guys. You know, life has its way of throwing you around and bringing you right back to where you started. So that's where I'm at right now, but we're back to the thing, baby. We're trying to be more regular with it. So yeah, anyways, I will see you guys in a later video. Peace.